It's a very humbling thing to acknowledge that I probably can't do everything that I really wished I could do as a kid. And, when consider us both young, a lot of young people will want to have these visions and goals of where you help. I mean, millions is just such a go-to number of just
You want to
vague
change the world,
millions.
right?
Yeah. But really, a million people is not like a single entity. Like, that's just one person and one person and one person, and they each are going to have their own nuances on how that person needs to be assisted and have a helping hand lent out. So it's very tempting to want to just extend this altruism to millions of people. But really, there's somebody, like you said, a homeless vet who's sitting on a corner somewhere who needs help. And it's easy to turn a blind eye because you're like, oh, well, I want to do good things. But really what you should do is narrow your focus instead of broaden it. In my opinion, I think there's a lot of...
I completely agree.
Yeah.
And I like how you said, a million people is just one person and one person and one person. Like it lines up with the full quote, a million deaths is a statistic, but one is a tragedy or something like that. Yeah, I that's often credited to, I think, Stalin or Lenin or something, but it appeared earlier in like a California newspaper. And the full quote talks about how suffering is such an intimately personal thing that you can't just generalize it. Like, you can't just multiply it and make it bigger. It's a qualitative personal experience that, it doesn't like grow in a bubble by multiplying by with more people. And I think it's the same thing for helping another person, that helping a single person and truly changing their life is the highest. It's like the highest quality thing you could possibly do. And it's if you have the choice between helping one person and really changing their life, or just like helping 100 people a little bit, you have to go for the one person, because you're doing, like, the math, quote unquote, checks out of like, oh, well, you could help a lot of people a little bit, or just one person a lot, same thing. But it's not the same thing, because it doesn't add. That personal experience doesn't add up, and really changing a single person's life is the best thing you could do.
Yeah.
I mean, if you could do it more than once, that's cool too. But like, you can't settle on the quality of that personal interaction.